Do you want to do a podcast? We make a darn good team. It always goes without a hitch. Let's head to Twitch and go start up the stream. Do you want to do a podcast? It's the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Let's start now. Hi everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
Come? Alright, I'll do my own bits myself.
Oh wait, no silence.
We're doing it. Get off the road.
One moment. Headset. Headset.
I mean, we're sitting next to each other. I can hear you.
Headset. They can't hear you, Dave.
That's okay. They don't tune in for me. They tune in for Boater.
That's true. Hey, Dave.
Yes.
The other day I was walking past a farm and I saw a sign that said duck, eggs, and I was like, well, that's an unnecessary comma. And then it hit me.
But which hit you? The
Oh.
duck or the eggs?
The first one is a verb, Dave.
Yes.
The duck is not. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
And I'm Dave, man.
Steve laughed more. I thought I had high hopes for that one. Anyway, hey, speaking of commas, make sure you check out the new merch on Insane Games TV. Merch link down below. This is from The Citadel, from a fantastic clip of The Outer Worlds, which we are going to be playing tonight. So make sure that you check that out. We're going to be playing Outer Worlds tonight. And if you missed the clip that this is from, where I emphatically yelled that no one will tell me where to put a comma, you can check out that highlight below. But not right now, because right now you're watching the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
New year, new you, new duds. Just for you to be able to game in, live in, and be your best and wettest self in the merch station down below.
It makes me happy. Because I live in a society where buying stuff makes me happy. It's fine.
It's fine.
You do what you can.
Isn't that right, Bobby?
What else can I help you with?
Oh, Lord. We are going to abuse that button. Anyway, everyone, welcome. I hope that you've had a... I'll multitask. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, it's we've got a lot of stuff going forward, but first, let's take a quick look back at the last 7 days. We're going to give thanks that we're still on Twitch because these people, at least for a few moments, weren't. And we actually are going to be talking a little bit more in depth about this one. I know we kind of have some things to say about it. So I'm going to mention two different streamers because it's focused around the same issue. Last week, Pokimane streamed Avatar: The Last Airbender. And when I first read an article, they just said that she streamed Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I thought, like the PS2 game? That's cool. Why'd she get banned for that? No, she was streaming the TV show and offering commentary on it and just watching it with friends kind of thing. But because that's not really transformative, because you're always watching the same show, and she was streaming it out to however many thousands of people that then weren't watching it on whatever streaming service would actually get their revenue, that's a DMCA takedown. Turns out this TV meta is quite the thing, because Disguised Toast was banned for a month for streaming Death Note. Pokimane was banned for 2 days. He was banned for a month, probably because he streamed just, in his own words, hours and hours of anime without even really saying anything. Just go to Crunchyroll and let it just play and not do anything. It's like, and people are like, oh, well, what's the difference than just being the same, whatever. It's like, if you have 1,000 people tune into your stream and you are on Crunchyroll, they are getting ad revenue from you on Crunchyroll, and you are getting ad revenue from 1,000 people, as opposed to them getting the ad revenue of 1,001 people for their show. Yeah, it's I don't know if it's official that it's going to be a month, but he was like, well, see you in a month. So of course, there's also commentary of yes, this is how they go on vacation. Say
To be totally honest, that was going to be my whole thing of like, seems an awful lot like other streamers that we have talked about getting banned, where they do something where you think you knew that was going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
It's almost like you wanted to not stream for the next couple of days, but then also not lose the metrics that you would lose by not streaming
Yeah.
those certain days.
And it's like this didn't come out of nowhere. I guess this TV meta has been quietly percolating with like smaller streamers. And like if I stream a show out to my viewers, 3 people, chances are it's not going to get reported. It's not going to get noticed. There's not the automatic takedowns for that stuff yet, and it's going to slip by. Like you would see people do that with like 30 followers where they'll like watch a movie together as an incentive for something.
Yeah.
The smart way to do that, by the way, is to do like an Amazon watch party.
Or I've done a couple of these now. Tell people on stream, hey, we're going to be watching this movie and share it over Discord. Because you can then crowd control everybody. You can have a voiceless text chat channel, or you can let people talk during the film if that's your whim and want.
Yep.
We watched Godzilla versus Kong on the Weekend Wednesday Discord, and it was great. Like 6 of us sat there and commentated over the film and had a wonderful time.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Yes, I definitely illegally streamed it to a bunch of people, but
I mean, theoretically, that's the way you could. But you know, it's when it's out there and you just like you're streaming to however many people want to tune in. That's essentially it's the same as like piracy, as putting up a download for someone to be able to grab. You wouldn't download a car,
but on the Weekend Wednesday, we did in fact take the piss out of. We made so many NFT monkeys.
You're going to want to put that away.
We made so many NFT monkeys. It was the best. This one's of me as an NFT monkey. 100% would totally download a car. Exactly. I mean, I do download cars on Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Hey!
Our producer just dabbed. First of all, proud of us because we know what dabbing is. But also, Steve's getting kind of old because the kids don't dab no more.
Dave, of course you know what dabbing is. Isn't there like a highlight on your channel of when we were playing God of War speaking in like an accent the entire time and then also dabbing terribly?
Oh, yeah! So there's that, and then there was the time where we were playing Earth Defense Force 5, and every time someone cheered or donated, I would dab. And even, God bless Akai, but after a while he was like, all right, bro, that's enough of that.
So, yeah, so the TV meta thing, it's a, you know what you, and you can say that game streaming itself isn't the same thing. Like, oh, well, it's someone isn't paying for the game that would. Thing is, because gameplay can be so it is transformative by its very nature. Each and every person is going to play it differently.
Oh my god, yes.
And ultimately, if they wanted to, and sometimes they do, publishers can issue DMCA takedowns for their games. Like Nintendo can be really picky sometimes about what games they stream. This is a totally separate thing from licensed soundtrack and games.
It's still, but
you know, it's and streaming is kind of like one thing, but I know at one point a few years ago with Let's Plays, like there was people keeping track of what games are okay to do a Let's Play of, and Nintendo games are always kind of. And now I think it's loosened up a bit because even Nintendo is like, no, that is ultimately good for us, but. It's
in
the
some
movie
cases.
industry. Yes, the movie industry has a different look at it. And again, a movie is a movie, no matter what you're watching it and whatever loud person is talking over it. I am friends with a bunch of people who did a podcast called Friends in Your Head that was a fan commentary podcast where like it wasn't streaming, but it would be something where like you download the episode and they say, okay, so we're going to, play the movie until the Universal logo comes up, and as soon as it fades out, pause. And then everyone ready? 3, 2, 1 on pause. Off we go. And what they released was just them talking, but you would sync it up with your own copy of the movie.
Yeah.
And like that's okay, but they couldn't actually release the movie or even the audio from it.
By the way, if you ever want to, there's a lot of things. So, for example, the Game Awards famously does this, where they incentivize you to host the broadcast on your own channel and be live while watching it. Just be careful when Metallica plays or when
And
who was
not.
this one?
Sorry?
Who's this past year's one?
I don't
It
know.
was Radioactive.
Oh,
Radioactive.
Imagine Dragons.
Yes, thank you. Be careful
But-
when the musical acts play.
because
but,
again, like, but we've talked about like not everyone will do that. Nintendo doesn't want you to co-broadcast theirs, and like
they don't
what-
even want their sponsors to co-broadcast.
yeah, and like you talked about this during E3 this last year, where a lot of stuff you could, but some things you couldn't.
Did you hear, by the way,
No.
tangentially, E3's digital again this year?
Good.
What a shame that they found out they couldn't fill a exhibition room.
Dave, don't cough. Don't
But,
even, not even as a joke.
But I'm not changing the style of rude commentary style just because of COVID. You can't have it. You have so many things. You're not taking awkward cough.
I'm sorry. I'm uncomfortable with awkward cough now, me personally. You do what you want, but I'm like,
Fine. We'll awkwardly cough on the weekend Wednesday during jokes.
go for it. Go for it.
Nerd glasses will just awkwardly dab after our jokes. Yes, Steve. Yes!
And then it hit me. All right. So that's what I got for bands looking back over the last 7 days.
So
Did you have anything more to say
just
on
to
the
go
TV
along
meta
with
and
that?
so-
What
and
do
so
you
forth?
think about the idea of people getting banned as a way of cushioning their numbers and their things, of kind of taking the onus off of them, saying, hey, I'm taking a week off, or hey, I'm taking this off? Because no
I-
matter how agreeable your community is, there's always going to be a chance that people aren't just then going to tune back in because they're going to find something else. But if you're banned, you have that shield. As you can tell from how I'm talking about it, I agree in one sense on it, but it's also because we've seen that one Canadian Overwatch X League Overwatch streamer who streamed chess and then got thrown out of every GTA server in Christendom.
So we'll know it's
Yeah.
supposed to be funny when you dab. Yeah, it's our please clap.
It's our please clap, or just, you know what, I've brought back and then I found $5. What's even worse
Nice.
is I know the core audience. You laugh, but the core audience that watches a lot of my stuff had no idea what I was talking about. And I was like, oh, I'm an old man.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of having to have an excuse to take some time off. Because like we talk about this in more traditional jobs. Like a big difference, I saw something recently where someone in the UK was like, I don't know why Americans don't travel a lot, and it's because they can't. Like they don't get we get 5 weeks of nationally, we being the person in the UK of guaranteed vacation time to be able to go travel and do things and take that time off. Americans have absolutely no guaranteed vacation time, and so like for anything. And so we see Twitch streamers still internalizing that I can't take time off, I always need to be working. Pokimane has the money to take a fucking week off.
2 days, Boater. 2 days. She was banned
I'm
for 2
saying
days.
if she wanted to, she could take a week. I'm going to use Jacksepticeye as an example, who is mostly a YouTuber but also streams, and he took some time off this past year. At the end it was because of COVID. In the middle of summer, it was I forget what it was in the middle of summer. I know that his father passed away at the beginning of last year, and all of these, like, he took a few weeks off, and his community was understanding. And when he came back, he's like, I'm not going to worry about my numbers. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do what I want to do. And if the community is still with me, great. If they're not, whatever. Because, like, he can do his thing. And if some people leave, more people will come back in. You don't have to. You are not a slave to numbers. Just
Well,
take
yes.
the week off.
So what do you think about people that do weaponize that?
I be honest. Like, and plus, like, it's playing with fire to do so being banned. Like, this is Pokemon's first ban ever. And we've seen things where subsequent bans can impact you worse and worse. And I would I would hate for someone to get a fake ban, quote unquote, to intentionally attract a ban, and then I just turned it down in my headset. Um, uh, I would hate for someone to get a one of these fake bans that still counts as a ban on their account, and
It
then
sticks with you.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
to make an
There's-
honest mistake and get another ban in like a 3-month period, and then be walking on really thin ice, trying not to get that third ban. It's
Yeah,
it's
imagine
playing with
that.
fire.
playing with fire and then losing the house because of it.
Yeah, it's playing with fire to me. But I just think like at the core, just be honest. And say, hey, I'm going to take this time off. If you really want content, I will re-air some of my old streams, some
Yeah.
old classics with a little bug on them that says, previously recorded or whatever. And there will still be content, but I'm gonna take a week off and vacation, do a thing that isn't work related. Because again, like for content creators at that level, it's really hard to take a week off and not have it be, well, I'm not recording videos for this, but I'm doing this other thing that is a different kind of content creation. It's like, no, just vacation. Do it. It's fine.
Cat pictures don't count as work, but they are adorable.
So I'm gonna take a week off and read every single story on the Humanity Fuck Yeah subreddit. That may or may not be what I do to kill time at work every now and then. I hope my boss isn't watching. I don't think so. Anyway, that's bands. And we're now like 20 minutes into the show. Dave,
Well,
what do we
good.
got coming out?
This is the thing I like about our program. We don't have to like.
Yeah.
We're not making sausage. We're making conversation.
I mean, I don't know why sausage was the thing there, because you don't have to be exact making sausage. You just throw a bunch of shit into a grinder and toss it in a skin.
Nerd Glasses Podcast. Welcome.
I was introduced to what's original sausage on YouTube? What's it? Ordinary sausage. And it's basically you will just take something, toss it into a sausage grinder, and doesn't make good sausage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I just discovered him, where like, it's like, oh yeah, this cheeseburger, this is whatever, doesn't make a good sausage.
All right, let's mark this down. In our friendship, this is the first time, something internet related that I had heard of it before you. The first, and I'm gonna bank that it's the only time this is gonna happen. The amount of times where my wife goes, and this, and I'm like, and she just goes, oh, that's right, you weren't raised on the internet. I'm like, no, I went in the woods, I stayed in the woods. Conspiracy Baseball was there hanging out.
Yeah. We're making sausage, so we're just tossing a bunch of shit in and seeing what we're. Yeah, actually, that is what we're doing.
Bam! So I'm very excited for the games that are coming out in the next 7 days. And to be totally honest, I will warn everyone ahead of time. There's a budgetary crunch coming to the Mann household in the next month, because there's a couple games coming out that I want to and do not have the moolah for. So we'll have to. That's a 3-minute Mark Ruffalo right there. One of the games I actually just discovered when looking at this segment, and I'll talk about that one second, but the first one is a game that's near and dear to the Weekend Wednesday and to myself and Boater. It's coming out on the 14th. We are going to be looking at
God of Boy.
God of Boy! God of Boy! God of Boy! On Nerd Vision.
Alternatively, God of Door.
Door of Boy. If you haven't watched the old Weekend Wednesdays where we played this, you can check them out on twitch.tv/DAM314. We have a ton of clips of this, including many different times where every time we went to go play this game, we just wouldn't wind up playing.
Oh my
the
god,
game.
yeah! Like I just
Every
hung
time.
out with you doing a Weekend Wednesday, and it was like, I think we opened one door, and we opened another door.
That door specifically.
Yeah,
Like.
and like there was a little bit of walking around, but for the most part, it was like we were singing like Irish drinking songs and putting on our worst accents.
Sea shanties and shitty accents.
It was-
Weekend Wednesday, only here on Insane
Damn
Games
good
TV.
time. We need to play more of that game, Dave.
I
You
need to play.
probably need to
I need
start
to
it
just
from-
find 12 free hours a week to stream just to catch up, and that should be what the stream's called. Catch up. Like
Oh, 12 free hours?
just it's a 10-minute countdown, and then literally it's me going catch up, and the stream starts.
What, did it have too much taste for you?
In jokes are in jokes, and this game is going to be coming out on the 14th for Windows. That's
Yep,
right.
finally
It's
coming to PC.
off of the PlayStation 4 exclusives. And you too can enjoy what was, to be really honest, a very good game and a lot of fun. This next game I was really excited about. Comes out on the 18th, and it's cute, and I like it. So, it's a top-down action role-playing game
Okay.
called Nobody Saves the World.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, our main hero here on the right there, looking particularly Charlie Brownish in that moment, is called Nobody. And Nobody can transform into 15 different creatures or animals or various objects, get different power-ups, and fight different ways, and they combo together to fight in various different facets
All
and things
right.
like that.
All right.
So this game has all of my love and attention until I realized that on the 18th, it's coming out for the Xbox Series X, the Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows.
Huh. Interesting. That almost looks like a mobile game sort of layout. So I thought you were going to say something along those lines. But okay, so Microsoft such exclusive. Interesting.
Yes, so it's a Microsoft exclusive, and it's one of the first. I didn't get a big lot of PR about this. That I'm like, man, I really wish I could play this on a controller.
Uh-huh.
But I will probably wind up selling a kidney to afford the games this month, and then buy this game as well. Next week's games are the ones that are going to be really nail-bitey for me, so I'm really looking forward to those. But that's the 14th, God of Boy, coming out, and 18th, Nobody Saves the World. And we're looking greatly forward to sharing those with you in the future and on streams.
Also, Dune came out on home video today, so Dave, you're coming over this weekend and we're watching it. That wasn't a request.
So, before we get into the meat of our program and things like that, we do want to acknowledge here on the program the brave workers here in Danbury. The harrowing ordeal that occurred this past weekend where a Lego police helicopter crashed into the Lego police headquarters, causing untold bricks of damage. Emergency services were right on it, and they were able to get everyone put back to get all the King's horses and all the King's men put back together. My hat's off to you, the fine emergency responders in Danbury.
Danbury is about 70% emergency response, and they did their job quite well on the small amount of streets that have thus far been constructed in the city. We are happy and consider it a unfortunate incident, but at the same time a good test of emergency services, knowing that Danbury has the capacity to expand from here going forward.
Unfortunately, this is the last chance for that Lego helicopter pilot, as this is his second crash. The first coming at the hands of a trip featuring some of the Dream Team, the host of Retro Wednesday, where that helicopter fell straight to the ground and was almost met with its end. But for more updates on Danbury, its goings-ons, and buildings in this Lego city, make sure to check out the link to the Instagram down below.
Very important news there, and I'm ashamed that the entire time I couldn't come up with a helicopter-related joke. That looks like a bad place to park. Yeah, I mean, at least it's not one of those buildings that is just going to try to fry your car for parking near it. But yeah, I would recommend to future residents of Danbury just to stay away from helipads. Don't get a house near the police station when the hospital is under construction. I would avoid that too.
Police stations
stations.
This is a heads up.
Well, the one with a helipad. Danbury's a police state.
Welcome,
All
Mr.
right.
Mod Josh, by the way. And so there's actually quite a bit of news, and Boder and I
Yes.
realized it. So
Should I zip through the NFT roundup really quick?
if you sure.
GameStop reportedly launching a division to create a marketplace for NFTs and cryptocurrency collaborations. Because, okay, GameStop, whatever, you do your thing. You're just doing meme stuff now.
So they're gonna be. Can I use an NFT to buy a PS5? Is that what I'm? Like, are they going to be turning it into service?
I think just separate from their stores, they wanted basically they looked at OpenSeas, which is the big NFT marketplace, and they're like, we could do that. Yeah, I think they just want to do it because they want to try to keep their market value up, which is laughable. Konami is also getting into NFTs.
Boder, just one quick second. As someone who has a stock portfolio rich of GameStop stock, are you telling me that I missed my chance to get off at the moon? I didn't buy stock.
Do you want to use different phrasing?
Nope. No, I stand by my words. I wanted to get off, and I wanted to get off rich and in people's faces. But it looks like the stocks have hit all-time low.
No, actually, they're still doing better than they were about this time last year before all that meme trading happened.
If Robinhood had let me that one day where I decided I was going to try to buy GameStop stock, not stopped me, I probably would have still had the stock because I'm pretty sure I would have.
Then you would have
about
lost money. Like if you tried to buy it at that point, yeah, it's under that. Konami is also throwing NFTs around because it's easier than just developing a game.
Are we going to get pachinko machine NFTs from Konami? Because I'll buy them. I'll be in.
Just JPEGs from Castlevania. Celebrating Castlevania's 35th anniversary.
No.
Purchasers can have their nickname put on a NFT memorial page on their site. Official purchasers of the NFTs from them. Barring people who try to submit inappropriate nicknames or, quote, inappropriately use the NFT.
But
Konami stipulates that the purchaser does not own any copyright or trademark to the image that the NFT links to, and that, quote, Konami does not guarantee that the value of the NFT will increase after purchase.
So there's
like they're very upfront about like we're selling you a hyperlink. You don't own the image. You can't commercially reproduce it. Like we still own the Castlevania copyright and stuff. It's not yours.
So
nice
you're
try.
you're giving them money to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Castlevania.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that
and then you get to say,
deserves more.
I bought a thing.
This franchise, Castlevania as a franchise, deserves well more than just an NFT. 35th anniversary should be the release of another game. Just saying, Konami, I know you don't like doing that anymore. Then just let the IP go. It's not worth anything to you anymore.
I wonder if making NFTs of it is enough to say that it's an active IP and not like lapsing, but it's like enough to hold on to it. I don't know.
Oh, I do wonder. Is that going to hold up in court? Like,
I mean, they're still selling stuff based on the IP. They're not necessarily making a game, but they're still actively developing the IP by selling links to JPEGs.
You know what? Let's put a pin in that. 10 years from now, do NFTs keep IP?
I mean, I like if I sell a T-shirt, like if they sell a Castlevania T-shirt, they're exercising that they're still using the IP. Now it's different than necessarily the game. Copyright and trademark are different things that every single time I need to explain to me, but still. Sam says, "Sup, Boater? How's it going, Sam? Welcome. Hello, more like rigor mortis." Says Dave has a great laugh, and you're killing it already. Yay. Yeah, we're having a good time today. Let's see. So that's GameStop and Konami jumping in on NFTs. And then there was one that was linked to us in Discord. I didn't write it on my sheet. Do you have that one?
Do you mean the one of the NSFW variety?
What? No.
Did you not read this one?
Oh, God.
Oh, no, you mean the Terra Strong NFT funded movie project?
Okay, I did see that one, but that is from over a month ago, and man, is that disappointing. I meant the court case one, which isn't exactly NFTs, but it's sort of. It has to do
Oh,
with
the
blockchain.
cryptocurrency thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
First off, read the sentence. Everybody be prepared for psychic damage.
so
Okay, I'll let you take this one because you looked into it more than I did. So by all means, you take the reins.
So there's a company called Rival Market. Their adage is fight on. Their goal, their tagline is they're the stock market of litigation financing. They want to buy and sell tokens that represent shares in a litigation and access multi-billion-dollar investment class previously unavailable to the public. Which the headlines of all of the articles that led to this didn't talk about that. It made it sound like these people wanted to make it sounded like they were going in two different directions. Like the people misunderstood what the company was going for. But basically, have you ever thought to yourself who the people are that pay for those big name lawyers that sue other companies or lawyers that sue not big companies? This company wants to get you in on that by selling you a particular kind of cryptocurrency to be able to support these lawsuits that will then be funded through this particular cryptocurrency or cryptocurrencies.
And again, this is a problem. This is an answer that did not have a problem because GoFundMe exists.
Or your local attorney's offices, your state's attorney's office, not great. The Batman movies hit it on the head where your DA is very tired and does not want to represent you just because you wore a cowl and hit people with a bat in the street. But damn it all, Boater.
I'm scared. Oh my god. I saw that there. I was wondering.
I'm Batman, okay? And if you're going to sell NFTs in public, I'm going to hit you with a bat.
Oh, no,
Batman.
that's okay. Here, take it.
Batman.
That was literally Chekhov's bat. Like, I noticed that 10 minutes ago, and I'm like, huh, when did that get there? Oh, I'm sure it's not important.
I actually brought this in for future chicanery here at Insane Games TV because we've been using a Guitar Hero guitar as a bat, and I went home and I was like, I have one of these. And tangentially, what a bad idea. I was given this bat at a Yankees game, and you know who the Yankees were playing?
Who?
The Boston Red Sox. You're just asking for hospital visits.
Oh!
Come on, people. Even if you don't know sports ball, you know that New York teams and Boston-based teams do not like each other. And if you were one of the first, 6,000 people in the stadium, you got handed one of these on your way in. And then I spent the entire baseball game being like a Tuscan Raider going, like every time Bernie Williams would crack a home run. It was the best. I had a great time. Speaking of which, the Book of Boba Fett, Episode 2, mwah! Absolutely watch it. Show gets better.
Yep. So you're getting caught up on it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, it's the... Like, I look through that, and I'm like, I don't see... Like, I see with anything that is crypto or NFT, it's like... I don't see the reason for it. Like it's
no.
Someone is trying to sell cryptocurrency and they've invented a problem for this particular one to go into, which is let's get it involved in the legal system. And so like you object with how a lot of people were casting it, and I guess I can see that, but at the same time,
I don't object because I bet if I contacted them and reached out, I bet that's one of the services they're going to offer, where you can probably wager on the outcomes of these things. But to be honest, their aim right now is to get people up front to join to be able to potentially help finance class action lawsuits and things like that.
Yeah, and again, with the idea of like if it does well, then and if the lawsuits go well, then the idea of the currency going higher, and so that's why that particular one says that, oh well, they're
Yeah.
betting on it,
Or
which
just
isn't exactly it.
windfall. Like
It's but again, like there was a tweet that was probably the one that was the most popular version of this going around, which was just painful. One of those words, one of those sentences that gets worse with every consecutive word. A new tech startup wants to gamify the U.S. court system by allowing everyday Americans to bet on lawsuits using tradable crypto tokens. Not exactly what it's for, but what it's for isn't much better. So, okay. Dave, give us some non-crypto stuff. What's some stuff happening in the gamosphere?
Well, haven't we all entered those contests at the top
have to be
end
more
of
specific.
more like rigor mortis? Just flatly no, like, and that's exactly what everyone should say to them is no. Like,
No fucking thanks, not fucking today, etc.
those things when you look under a lid of something and it's like you've won, get points towards
Oh,
winning
yeah.
a Pepsi Jet or this or that or the other.
Oh yeah.
Far Cry 6 had a giveaway. It was a custom Xbox Series X, a controller, and a television. Like a very nice, like modern day 4K TV.
Okay.
And you had to use the Microsoft Rewards sweepstakes, which means that you're using your Microsoft Rewards points that you get for purchasing games, things like that.
Nice.
Nintendo has them. They're gold and platinum and
I've got
things
some
like that.
Microsoft rewards sitting around from using Bing a couple times.
Unfortunately, the original person was contacted in October and was told at the end of December. They had until the end of December to respond, and they didn't. They didn't claim the prize that was drawn to be theirs, so the drawing went out again, and the second person won.
Okay.
But they officially confirmed that, like, the person who won didn't claim a custom Far Cry.
They probably still had like an old email attached to their account or something.
One of the people on Reddit who were then commenting on, like, I won one of these previously, and you get reached out to by like a third party, like the company that handles the points.
Yeah, easy to go into like
So,
junk mail or something.
They were like skeptical at first, but then Microsoft reached out to them after a couple of weeks, like, and gave them like official things, and they were like, okay, this is legit. But like, think of that. How much would that suck to find out like later that like you won and didn't punch your ticket?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, it's funny too when like stuff shows up from a third party. I actually just got a physical letter in the mail, in the post yesterday, that was talking about an inactive AdSense account that I have, and it's like, yeah, it's inactive. It hasn't made any money because YouTube changed the monetization requirements. And it was like, oh, well, then it would be released to the state for, like, where I could pick it up with unclaimed funds from the state. And I realized too late, that's what I should have done, because I can't get that money unless I close the AdSense account. I should have let New York reclaim it in my name so I could get it from them. Damn it. That's $76 I'm going to have to wait even longer for.
Mr. Bodgers, that's why I always check the
Terms and
terms and conditions for the drawing date and then mark it on my calendar, just in case.
Fair.
That means that Mr. Mod won't be losing out. He's going to be the one walking away with that Series X on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Demon Dragon did comment, yeah, I thought that was betting on trial outcomes just for reading the headline, and then I was saying lawyers taking a dive to win big money. Oh my god!
I'll take how to get disbarred for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the meme is still Alex.
There was a couple other things, but we've commented in the past on potential integrations of Discord. More specifically, the fact that it's been said on Reddit, all right, between you all of us, let's hear, that PlayStation Network and Discord are, they're sliding each other notes in the hallway. They're going, but Jank Street posted on the Reddit /Discord app Reddit page a picture stating that the PlayStation Network integration is going to be added to Discord soon. Just as you have Twitch or things like that, where
Okay.
it'll say like, a person is playing this or streaming this
Oh
or
yeah,
watching
yeah.
this.
Okay.
What's going on, Mark?
So that like if I have that integration and I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn
It'll say,
on Discord, it'll say currently playing. Okay.
Boaterbug is quote PlayStation icon
Yeah.
playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which
It
is
will also Twitch streaming Horizon Zero Dawn, but that's
weird
another-
that they don't have that integration already.
Yeah, like now that you
Um,
say it's okay, that's what it means. Yeah, definitely. Now that you because I always think of Discord, I think of it as a PC thing first, but again, that's my PC bias showing.
Yeah.
And that's where it started was PC gaming.
Oh,
kind of thing
absolutely,
like
and
that.
it's best. I
It-
mean,
it
its
makes
best
absolute-
utility is with PC.
Yeah, and it makes
Like-
but it does make absolute sense to have apps and integration on console as well. So I can see that. And I wonder, like for servers that are friendly to console stuff like that, like let's say playing Among Us with a bunch of people, and someone being in Discord on voice chat playing Among Us on their Switch. Okay, Nintendo will never do it, but on Xbox
Yeah.
then.
let's refer back to the earlier story about Nintendo and no likey.
Yeah.
But
But
I
yeah,
think it'll
someone
be-
on PlayStation playing Among Us with a bunch of people who are also on their phone and on PC, then yeah, it makes total sense.
Myself and our in-house video editor Steve had so many issues with PlayStation's own voice chat and things like that. It's abysmal, and it's still abysmal to this day. On the PlayStation 5, we had a chat group with 3 PlayStation 5s. The most current system, all of us were using all PlayStation branded stuff, still had I can't hear this person, but they can hear me, and I can hear... Like, just get the Discord integration, please. Please. Please,
Yeah.
please, 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 please. Like,
This is assuming that they don't mess it up on their end with the interface from Discord to the user.
I will say, Sony does pretty good with troubleshooting. Like, this is your stuff that we're pulling in. Let's fix that. Sony's kind of stuff where they're like, yeah, you have 6 million things. Don't just be subtle with it.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm stoked about. Did you see the announcement for the?
Dave, you're gonna have to be more specific than
Oh no.
playing
I'm
your
seeing if you can,
playing
if
your
you
tiny
can cue
recorder.
in. Are you getting what I'm putting down?
No.
Did you... All right. Well, PlayStation has taken a step forward, and by a step forward, I mean PlayStation VR 2, baby.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a coming.
Yes. Yeah. It's interesting right now. So PSVR, the first, was such a tempting thing because it was so cheap. It was a $300 peripheral, 400, 300 on top of a $500 console. When other VR at the time was a $500 VR set on top of an $800, $1,000 PC.
Minimum.
Yeah. And so PSVR 2 is a big upgrade. It looks really cool, but it is still going to be a $300 or $400 thing on top of a
Yes.
$500 console, whereas other VR has progressed. I have an Oculus Quest 2. That stuff's $300, period. Not as powerful as the PSVR 2, not as powerful as the Steam. What the hell is Valve's thing?
Steam VR, Valve Vision.
Index, I think. Valve Index. Like not as powerful as an Index, but it's still like for people
There's
just
a
getting
PR
into VR.
person right now who's just at home going, "Oh."
No, that I knew what it was. I just had to get there. But of course, I'm also like, does HTC still make stuff, or is that just anyway? But yeah, like it looks cool. It looks great, but at the same time, it's not going to be the entry level VR headset anymore because there is the no wires self-contained solution out there now.
Yes. The thing that I will say that I'm most happy about, and kudos to Sony, because you know what they did? They got rid of all those GD wires.
Yep, there's a single wire.
Oh my god!
At least we've gotten to the point where there's just a single wire going to the headset. Same thing with modern PC Oculus. It's just a single wire right there.
Oh, it was so bad
so much
before. Oh my God, there was a power pack, and then it went to the front of the system, and the back of the system, and part of the HDMI, and then to you.
And I had the first generation Oculus Rift, and you saw what that was like on my PC, where that was a bundle of 2 or 3 wires coming out of the computer going to the headset there, and 2 external cameras.
Yep, that one still more comfortable than the original PlayStation VR though. Like, and that's even with the fact that Boder had used it often and is significantly taller than me and things like that. And there was a lot of just adjusting and rigmarole. Insane Games let me take the PlayStation VR for a visit one weekend. And to be totally honest, I will say I will endeavor to get a PlayStation VR for the 5 because I didn't play a PlayStation VR game. I played one of my old pinball games, but because it visually looked like it was standing in front of the table, I was like, sold.
Yeah.
Sold.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm in.
Yeah. Maybe when you
PlayStation
come
VR
over and we watch Doom this weekend, we can also play some Keep Talking and No One Explodes in VR. So that you can throw the briefcase across the room after you win.
That was by far my favorite thing. Every time I would finish a bomb, it's deactivated, but it's still a bomb, and I would just go, yeah!
And then he would dab.
This was before someone would say that particular term when they would throw things.
Oh no, yeet was still a thing. You just didn't realize it.
I was just into dabbing. I was so young then. To get into the stream title story,
is that what we did with the stream?
I'm gonna give you an audio cue, and folks in chat, I want you to try to play an association game.
This is gonna sail over my
with
head.
this sound. All right, chat, focusing up. You're back in the room. You're listening. You're paying attention. All right. I can't do this sound, and if you want to try it after I try it, please do, because it's wow. Do you have it? Can you do it?
Oh, yeah,
Steve does it way better than I do.
He does! Oh, yeah, I'm glad I didn't even try. I was like, I think I know what you're going for, but I don't want to embarrass myself, so I'm going to say no.
Oh, come on! It's the Nerd Glasses podcast. Let's show us how the sausage is made. Try the...
No.
Try the...
No.
Wah.
No.
That's right, Steve, watching at home. Steve is down with the sickness. More like rigor mortis demanding you do it. See? First, second, third, and I'm totally fine with that one. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A couple days ago, the lead singer of the band Disturbed rejoined Twitter. And first of all, I'm just stoked because he teased that there's going to be more Disturbed music. I like the band Disturbed, and if you don't, that's okay. Give me all the Disturbed music. I'll listen to it with my friends. Yay, he caved to peer pressure. Peer pressure works. But the other thing I really like about David Draiman's Twitter is, are you anti-Semitic? You should certainly try to talk to David Draiman on Twitter, because he will fight you. He will fight you in so many characters, and he will answer all of your accusations. And it's really, really heartwarming to see
fantastic.
a very rich person spending his time going, well, actually, what you're saying there is like, and then just physically like kung fuing these people. He's also getting in on like people who don't like Disturbed, and he's literally like I'll fight you too. Like, I don't care. Like, I got off of Twitter in 2015 because it was very toxic, and I realized that there were a lot of underrepresented groups, more specifically those of the Judeo representation, that were being just absolutely slammed and not being represented. And
So, God damn it, they need a guardian.
and I absolutely love the idea that David Draiman is our bald guardian. But it was heartwarming, and I was really excited to see he was back on Twitter, because now when the new album comes out, and when me, Claire, Joe, and Amy finally go to that Disturbed show that got effing canceled because of COVID, I can live tweet at him, because that's what he's going to do. He's going to respond to a guy that has less than 500 followers. Please, pal,
Please?
buddy.
Okay, so let's talk about some money being thrown around. And by some money, I mean more money than has been thrown around in a gaming company purchase ever. Take-Two Interactive.
Was it more than the ZeniMax Media? Oh, no, that's right. There's a B there. Never mind.
Take-Two Interactive, publisher of Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, though they seem to have forgotten about that, uh, has purchased, pending legal review, Zynga or Zynga. Yeah, I got it right there. The creator of Farmville, Words with Friends, and I'm sure other stuff too. That is sometime this decade. They bought Zynga. They are putting up $12.7 billion. For reference, Microsoft bought ZeniMax Media, which includes Bethesda, for $7.5 billion. More than 50. I don't know what the more than 50% more. Take-Two dropped a shitload of money on a company. That's Dr. Evil money.
Sorry.
Dr. Evil wishes he could get that money.
Billion, cajillion,
just-
million.
Here he steps it $1 billion.
I want
Except
one.
he says million, and everyone's like, really?
You should vote on the Streamies next year. We had 1 million votes totaled up.
On the nerdies, you said streamies. That's a different. That's.
No, I'm taking the piss out of the Streamies.
Oh, okay. Okay,
nerdies
sorry. I
is a
thought you
bigger
were
word.
actually talking the nerdies. Oh boy. Yeah, and this is confusing to me because like Zynga has been hemorrhaging money lately. Like they've had some cash infusions, but they haven't had a massive hit since Words with Friends. Before that they were Farmville, and I'm sorry, we're not in the Farmville era of Facebook anymore. We're in the white supremacy versus era of Facebook. Gone are the days where Farmville was the biggest scourge on Zuckerberg's land. And it's like
You keep using that word, Facebook, and I don't recognize that name anymore. What's it now called? Or at least the owning company.
Meta is the company, but Facebook is still
Wow.
the platform, and
First,
that's what
first
Farmville was
thought,
on.
first thought, best thought, there, guys. I'm sorry, but just
Are you
damn
okay?
it. When they announced that, I
It
couldn't.
was so fucking stupid.
We're now going to be Meta.
And just like Metaverse is possibly the dumbest. It's not the dumbest catchphrase of last year, but goddamn, it's up there. It's just like, oh, blah 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 with the metaverse. It's like, no, that's not. No, stop. Like companies that are like, oh, well, this is how we're gonna do business in the metaverse. I'm like, you want me to put on a VR headset and walk through a VR grocery store to do my shopping and then have it delivered to me? What happens when this item doesn't scan? Huh? What? Why can't I just go onto Amazon and click my thing? Or unfortunately, I don't know other grocery delivery apps. And More Like Rick and Morty is going to be mad at me for saying Amazon first, but
Speaking of it, more like we're just not only dumb but uncopyrightable. Uh,
yeah, very true. Dilution of brand is inevitable when it's already a word in common use. Instacart, that's what I was trying to think. Thank you, Dude.
how dare Poters? It's more like Rick and
I
Morty
dare you.
calling
know
you
me.
out.
I have an Amazon Prime account. Leave me alone. Yeah. So I don't know. Your thoughts on the purchase? Like, I think it's a lot of money that is not like, if you're just buying them to be like, all right, cool, we're just gonna develop mobile games now, and we're gonna take this company that knows how to make mobile games, and we're gonna do that, then great. Generally, games that have been existing in consoles or PCs or whatever that then have entries come out on mobile don't make big splashes.
Pokemon Go, Harry Potter Wizarding World.
Niantic is the exception.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because
Thank you for the exception that proves the rule.
if you take Niantic out of it,
Because I'm thinking, I remember
There's
like Mass Effect Galaxy at War or something. There was like a game that came out on mobile when Mass Effect 3 came out that would contribute to your galactic readiness in game for Mass Effect 3.
I played that game.
Yeah,
I played that game to help my girlfriend at the time's galactic readiness number.
yeah. Didn't the Harry Potter one get canned soon after? Not soon after, but it did. We talked about this actually on the show.
They
we're
pulled the
listening.
plug on it, but
Yeah.
it was big as hell at the release, which is all they needed to do.
They're gonna take Words with Friends and give it the GTA treatment, aka ruin it entirely.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I think like if they want to put out mobile versions of some of their IP, great. Getting another company that's used to doing that kind of thing, great. Dropping 12.7 Bs on it, why?
I don't
Where's that money coming
want
from? It's not
a
coming from Definitive
BioShock
Edition.
Facebook game. I don't want it. Don't make it. I don't want to see it. I'm going to get really mad about it. It's going to get categorized into like a Dynasty Warriors Empires 9 thing. Like that kind of angry. Like, I don't. No, thank you. I lost all of my Metal Gear Solid games to pachinko. I can't handle it. And I'd be more upset about those. The good news is, in America, we have pinball, okay? And they didn't make a pinball machine. They made pachinko machines, which we don't have here. That's really what I'm mad about. Konami, I want my Metal Gear games back! I want them really bad.
Enjoy those Castlevania NFTs. That's okay. I'm sure after the Castlevania NFTs do, if they do well, then you'll be able to get Metal Gear NFTs.
I'll buy all of it. But you know what I will say about this purchase? This shows that GTA 5 and its models and methods make quite a lot of money. GTA 5 Online specifically make a lot of money and things like that. And I know that they are really looking to get more into that business model. This really doesn't bode well for all of us out there that are holding our breath and passing out and dying for GTA 6.
While
This
we're asking
purchase-
for things from Konami, can I have a Shadow Hearts remaster?
Get in line, Demon Dragon! Get in line! There's a lot of us. Me, Mike, and Tom have been crying about this for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But
Or just sell the IP to someone that will do something with it, please.
because you'll sell it for quite the song. You'll make quite a bit of money.
You're not going to make a ton of money on the NFTs. You're not. Just sell the IP to someone who will do something with it. But no, they're probably making a decent amount off the IP with the Netflix show. So contract out the game making then.
Yeah, this Take-Two announcement of purchase of Zynga does not bode well for the IPs that they currently hold on that are console PC exclusive.
Yeah.
We're going to see spin-off game after spin-off game. Mark my words, 1/11/2022. And if this doesn't happen, call me out of the carpet for it. I'll be really pleased to be wrong about this. But we're going to see a crap ton of really clickbaity mobile games.
And I think within 5 years, either Zynga will be dissolved and just absorbed into Take-Two, or will be sold again for less.
Or they could Bungie it and just drop it.
the, the the last thing that I've got is sort of a follow-up from a story last week. Do you remember last week how we were talking about the president of Square Enix talking about doing NFTs and like people don't have incentive to make user-made content. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I got mad about that, and I was thinking about that more as I was shopping, and I was like, what about all these other games too? But
A mod came out this past week for Final Fantasy 15, where the dresses that Cloud gets in the scene where he gets dressed up in the various dresses, whatever, of being able to wear
Final
those the rest
Fantasy
of the-
VII.
Did I say yes? Sorry.
No, it's totally
Sorry,
fine.
sorry.
There are dresses for the Final Fantasy 15 characters as well.
Yes,
but those
yes,
are
there
different.
But yes, sorry. In Final Fantasy VII remake specifically of the dresses they always there, a mod to be able to wear those for the rest of the game. And I'm like, and he says people don't want to make user-made content. Of course they do. Look at this. That's just not the kind you want. Too bad.
I would absolutely love
He looks damn good in those dresses.
I would love to kill Sephiroth in that party dress. I think that would be really fitting. I also would really like to relive that classic scene from Final Fantasy VII that everyone knows about, where Cloud's wearing the dress instead of the his armor. Like, I think that would add a certain je ne sais quoi to the proceedings when he takes a Phoenix down out and just revives her.
That's going to do it for us for the Nerd Glasses podcast. It was a great episode. We had a lot of inside jokes that I hope you guys are following along for.
And if you weren't, ask about them in chat. Ask us in the Discord down below about them. And make sure to tune in the future here on Tuesdays for Nerd Glasses. But also, Boater, what's going on next on the Citadel?
We're going to play The Outer Worlds. So careful. Keep all 5 on the floor. We're gonna play The Outer Worlds, where again the joke on the new merch came from. So we're gonna be offline about 5 minutes, move everything over there, and we got a 10-minute countdown. Take the chance, watch. Take the opportunity to watch the highlight that this came from. I forget the name of it, but it is a highlight right here on the channel. So check that out. And I will see you in probably about 15 minutes on the Citadel, where we are continuing the adventures of Stacy in The Outer Worlds. So. Okay, bye! I've been Boater.
I've been Dave, man.
And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.